He and his family work as hard as any other citizen.
It often falls to the Prime Minister and the government of the day to be the bearer of messages sent from people to sovereign. Prime Minister, I know that you, like your predecessors, will always pass such messages as you read them without fear or favour. I shall value that and am grateful for your assurances of the loyalty and support of your government in years to come. I wish you wisdom and God's help in your determination that Britain should remain a country to be proud of. And as one working couple to another, Prince Philip and I hope that on the 29th of March 2030, you and your wife will be celebrating your own golden wedding. And talking of the future, I believe that there is an air of confidence in this country of ours just now. I pray that we, people, government and royal family, for we are one, can prove it to be justified, and that Britain will enter the next millennium glad, confident, and a truly united kingdom. This, too, is an opportunity for Prince Philip and me to offer, in the words of one of the most beautiful prayers in the English language, our humble and hearty thanks to all those in Britain and around the world who have welcomed us and sustained us and our family in the good times and the bad so unstintingly over many years. This has given us strength, most recently during the sad days after the tragedy of Diana's death. It is you, if I may now speak to all of you directly, who have seen us through and helped us to make our duty fun. We are deeply grateful to you, each and every one. Yesterday, I listened as Prince Philip spoke at the Guildhall, and I then proposed our host's health. Today, the roles are reversed. All too often, I fear Prince Philip has had to listen to me speaking. Frequently, we have discussed my intended speech beforehand, and as you will imagine, his views have been expressed in a forthright manner. He is someone who doesn't take easily to compliments, but he has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years. And I and his whole family, and this and many other countries, owe him a debt greater than he would ever claim or we shall ever know. Prime Minister, thank you for helping us to celebrate a very special day in our lives.
It's later on. Yeah.
Now Paramount News shows the King and Queen and their lovely daughters in rare and intimate poses. They are the most talked of family in the world. But for today, the King is simply the happy father, photographing the little princesses for his personal motion picture library. The coronation with all its attendant pomp and fanfare seems far away in this serene family portrait.
The climax of the ceremony has arrived, when the Archbishop gently sets this splendid emblem on the Queen's head.
Chief of the Air Staff, today is a very special day. Presenting the Royal Air Force with the new Queen's colour provides an opportunity to congratulate the service for your remarkable contribution to defence over the last 100 years. Tenacity, skill and gallantry have been your hallmarks, as you have helped to safeguard freedom and security in many parts of the world. I remember the Battle of Britain being fought in the skies above us, and we shall never forget the courage and sacrifice of that time. In 1918, my father, King George VI, served alongside one of the service's founders, Lord Trenchard, before becoming the first of my family to qualify as a Royal Air Force pilot. That family tradition continues to this day. The Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince of Wales, and the Duke of Cambridge have all earned their wings and wear them with great pride. The Royal Air Force has won a place in the heart of our nation, and I wish all ranks, past and present, together with your families, every good fortune for your second century of service. Per ardua ad astra.
From the solemnity of the Abbey, the great pageant starts toward Buckingham Palace, the young couple now occupying the state coach. Again, the thrilling scene for which Londoners slept in the streets to see their future queen and her husband. They proceed with a brilliantly uniformed mounted guards through throngs estimated at 2 millions. In post-war England, everything is rationed except cheers, and the enthusiasm mounts to a new high. There are few processions in London in which history may not repeat itself. As Elizabeth and Philip pass history's landmarks, there is one which is particularly significant. For here is Victoria's memorial to Elizabeth's great-great-grandmother who 100 years ago wed her prince and gave her name to the Britain's golden era. Today, a future queen nears the end of a crowded hour, a shining hour, and all England hopes a portent of brighter days. Thousands jam the square before Buckingham Palace, and the cry goes up, "We want Elizabeth." On the balcony, where kings and queens have appeared unnumbered times on great occasions, the young couple happily share the supreme day of their lives with their countrymen. 3 generations of the royal family now appear. King George VI, Princess Margaret Rose, Lady Mary Cambridge, Princess Elizabeth, Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth, and Queen Mother Mary. 4 times the royal family appears to greet the crowds. But it is the young bride and groom who really rule England this day. Here is seen the thrilling bridal gown of ivory satin, delicately embroidered in crystals and pearls. So ends a day full of history and romance for all England. In the simple words of the Archbishop of York to the young couple is reflected the thoughts of the millions who have lived with them in every moment of the day. With high and confident hope for all that this day means for yourselves and the nation, we send you forth to the great multitudes who are eagerly awaiting to welcome you. May God's unfailing love always surround and protect you. May He, day by day, now and always, give you every blessing, peace, and happiness.
All the world loves a lover, and the fact that this happy couple boasted of royal birth on both sides merely added to the blissful blending of 2 lovely young people. A brand new engagement ring gracing the finger of his eldest daughter had prompted King George VI of England to announce to his loyal subjects that his daughter Elizabeth had indeed become betrothed to the handsome Prince Philip of Greece. And the empire joined the king in its approval of the love match.
In 1949, Elizabeth proudly presented Prince Charlie to the world. He was the first baby born to a British heir presumptive in 1,000 years. This tiny, sneezing prince stands next in line of succession after his mother. Philip, like Queen Victoria's Albert, will be Prince Consort. 2 years later, Princess Anne was born. The royal powers have been increasingly curtailed since the Magna Carta.
Well, let's dismiss reflections and concentrate on the present. It's a spring morning, he's out of the kingdom. She will in fact begin to assume all the duties and tasks that fall to royalty. But even as the camera gets ready to go riding with the grown-up princess and her younger sister, doesn't your mind start in Dunedin from their ride? The king, meeting them, has a bantering word with Jock. Elizabeth is 18 years old on the 21st of April, and the date is a milestone in our constitution, for she will then assume the dignities and responsibilities of heir presumptive to the prince were picked by the king for his daughters. They live out in the rough, that's to say in the fields, and are caught and saddled each day for their ride. The princesses ride either of them, as you'll see presently when they swap over. Dandy being short for dandelion. The other two are Odd and Rolf, Norwegians. Their children growing up and in feeling that the principles by which they have been influenced are being justified in the result. The nation shares Princess Elizabeth in the future welfare of this great country and empire.